Hey everyone, and welcome to Leadership Mindset, where our goal each week is to help you get into the right frame of mind to embrace change, focus your efforts, and accelerate results. Today's implementation idea is around presenting, right? Whether you're being asked to present your ideas formally or informally, right? Whether you're being asked to present your ideas via Zoom call, right? Or you're being asked to present it in person. It doesn't really matter. I want to give you some tools that'll increase your confidence as you prepare for that. And the reason I bring this up is a bunch of people reached out to me recently. It's just to solicit my advice and thoughts about an upcoming presentation that they had to give. And I get the sense on the phone that they had a little apprehension, that they a little nervous about it. So I want to offer you or share with you some of the things I gave them, right, in the hopes that it may help you. So when you're thinking about your upcoming talk, right? Again, whatever that talk is, whether it's remote, in person, doesn't really matter what kind of form or factor it's what kind of form it is in. I want to give you a simple framework. So I want you to think first and foremost into the context of what is your content, what is your structure, and what is your delivery. So let me unpack that a little bit, right? When you're thinking about your upcoming talk, first, let's take a look at the content, right? So you have to think about in terms of what do you want them to know? What do you want them to do? And how do you want them to feel? So just, again, if I unpack that further. So as you're preparing your content, you got to think back and say, okay, what are the big things I want them to know, right? What is it like, and sometimes like writing this down on a piece of paper, it's a pregame, is really helpful. So just let me just articulate, what do I want them to know? What do I want them to do as a result of my talk? What action or call to action I want them to take? And how do I want them to feel as I go through the talk? So that's how, as you prepare your content, I want you to think in terms of what do they need to know? What do you want them to do? And how do you want them to feel? Now, once you have your content prepared, I want you to think of your structure. And I want you to think of going to a Broadway play. You think about first of all, what is your opening scene, right? If you unpack this further, right, the structure, what's the opening message you're going to get across, right? So if you think of a Broadway show, the opening scene grabs you. They introduce characters first, right at the gate, and they pull you in. So how are you going in your opening message? How are you going to pull your audience in, right? So you got to really think through your opening message. Then I want you to think through the main sections, right? Okay, what are the key points I want to get across within my structure of my talk? So you think about what are the main sections of that, all right? And then lastly, you think of what's your closing act, right? What's the thing you want to leave them with, right? How do you want to leave them with, right? So again, when you think of your content, what do you want them to know, do, and feel? When you think of your structure, and when you think of your opening scene, your main sections, what are those key points, and your closing act, right? That's a good format for your structure. Now let's think of your delivery mechanism, right? And when you think about delivering, I want to offer you a tool that I've been using for years, and I gave it a really corny name, right? I call it the Riviello trifecta, right? And actually I spent millions of dollars on branding for that. No, I'm just kidding, right? Obviously, right? But anyhow, so I want you to visualize a triangle. And when I take people through this, I always say, okay, the Riviello trifecta is really important. First and foremost, at the top of the triangle is, why do you care so much about this? Why are you so passionate? That's part of your delivery. That has to come across as, why are you so passionate about this topic, right? Why do you care so much? The second piece of the Riviello trifecta is, why should they care, right? You have to tune into the radio station, WIIFM. What's in it for me? Because that's how they're processing whatever it is that you're saying. So you have to think about, okay, first of all, why do I care? Why am I so passionate? Why should they care? What's in it for them? And lastly, the third piece of the trifecta is, why now versus later? Why are you bringing this up now versus later? Why is it relevant today versus in the future? Why do you need them to do something now versus somewhere down the line? Okay? So again, the trifecta is, why do you care so much? What are you so passionate about? Why should they care? What's in it for them, right? And why now versus later? So again, if you think about your talk, think about it as in terms of the content, the structure, and the delivery. unpack this. Hopefully this was really helpful, right? And again, always remember, leaders see things as they are, not better or worse than they are. So regardless of what type of upcoming talk you have to deliver, see it for what it is. Don't judge it as good or bad. Don't judge the outcome as good as bad. The second thing leaders do is they envision something better than what it is. So you have to envision a positive outcome. And the third thing leaders do, right, is they seek help and guidance to co-create the future. Who can help you in this? Seek out somebody that could review your talk, right? That's a leadership mindset. We'll talk to you in the next episode. Imagine for a moment that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. The task in front of you is in fact something you were meant to do. Maybe it's the start of the next big thing in your life. Maybe it's a stepping stone to get you on the right track. All I know is when I reflect back, I am amazed at the challenges that I would often complain about were the same ones that supplied me with the wisdom and experience to succeed where I am today. I bet the same is true for you. Imagine if you could shift your perspective and begin to accept the challenges and fears that sometimes cross your path. Instead of agonizing over them, imagine seeing them as an amazing opportunity to learn and grow. Imagine the difference that would make in your life, both personally and professionally. If this is something you're interested in, I invite you to register for my free masterclass, Mindset Shift. And I'll show you how you can shift your perspective to achieve more. All you have to do is follow the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and do me a favor. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment below, and of course, subscribe to this channel because every week I'm putting out content to show you how you can embrace change, focus your efforts, and accelerate results. We'll talk to you soon.